European indoor champion, runs faster than the world record, 12.35 to 12.36. But when she looks at the wind speed gain, she finds that the wind is too strong for that world record to count. Just outside the allowable limit of 2 meters per second, but what a demonstration of sprint hurdling. There she is, the European indoor champion, leaves Shirley Strong and the American girl Benita Fitzgerald, but takes with her Kirstine Knabe in lane 4. The two girls in the blue and white of East Germany. Coming up in lane 6 is Zagoracheva of Bulgaria, who's done well in these championships, and Petrova of the Soviet Union, but it's 1 and 2 for East Germany in that final of the 100 meters hurdles for women, and that really was first-class hurdling from the German girls. Big smile, the world champion, 25-year-old Bettina Jahn, who headed the world lists and came here and lived up to her reputation in that extraordinarily fast time, but you can see the wind speed is plus 2.4 meters per second. The allowable limit is 2 meters per second for world records to count internationally. The 100 meters hurdles final for men. Very, very strong turnout from the Americans here. Bakos of Hungary in 1, McCoy, the Commonwealth champion from Canada, in 2, a strong American Sam Turner in 3, Munkelt, the reigning Olympic champion, in 4, then Greg Foster, surely the favourite, in lane 5. The US champion, big cheer for him as he goes to his blocks. He's got Radev of Bulgaria in 6, Artur Brigari, who's also receiving many cheers from this crowd, largely Finnish of course, and Willie Gault, a very strong American, in lane 6, who's already got a gold medal from the 4x100 meters relay. There'll be tremendous noise during this final as they slowly settle. Brigari seeking Finland's first medal of the championships. The Americans wanting a 1, 2, 3. They get away, and Foster in lane 5. Oh, and Turner has hit a hurdle, hit 2 hurdles. Brigari is with Foster. What a race. Oh, Foster clashes that, and just holds it to the line. But Finland have their medal. My goodness, there were hurdles going all over the place. Sam Turner of the United States, who was second in the US Championships, he knocked the first 2 hurdles down, and I think if we see that again, Greg Foster of the United States, who wins, knocks the last 3 hurdles down, and only his strength saves him from defeat from Artur Brigari in lane 7, the tall, blonde Finn, and Willie Gault, who's with Artur Brigari. It may take a photograph to separate them, but I don't think they got to Greg Foster in lane 5. These 3 break away. Munkelt, the Olympic champion, trailing behind the American. No medal for him, but look at that as he crashes hurdle after hurdle. Foster, but still enough strength to get to the line first, and then it's Brigari, and then Willie Gault. World champion America, but the Finn takes a lap of honour with this 50,000 crowd in raptures. Look at the crashing of the hurdles as Willie Gault throws himself, and so too does Greg Foster. This is Greg Foster's run for the line. It's Foster, confirmed in 13.42. Brigari, the silver medal, only 0.02 of a second ahead of Willie Gault. McCoy of Canada in 4th. The final event at the end of 2 grueling days in the decathlon. It really isn't about who should win this. If you see the gap there, it says 21 seconds. That means that Thompson has an advantage over his nearest rival of 21 seconds or so if they run about 4:20, 4:30 pace for 1,500 meters. Thompson's lead, a massive one, 8,075, as you can see there. It really is big. Over Hinkson's 7,913, with Siegfried Wentz of West Germany 7,879. And as they apparently trundle off, remember this has been a grueling day, the high jump is still in progress, and CARLO THRANHARDT, one of the West Germans, going over at 2:26, and I think we'll be seeing, there he is, CARLO THRANHARDT of West Germany, 2:26, looking very strong indeed. Slow motion shows him to be taking off way outside the high jump bar, but the high jump in relatively early stages as these decathletes get underway. They get underway, and Daley Thompson back in 5th place as the Soviet athlete goes off. Here's the man that Daley Thompson has to watch and keep the gap between him. As Daley Thompson, keep the gap between him and the two West Germans at less than 100 meters or so. And then the gold medal and title is his. We've got the Russian going off, Alexander Nevsky, who's a good 1,500 meter runner. But remember, the decathlon is about the distribution of effort over 10 events over 2 days. This is V.SEREDA of the Soviet Union. His high jump attempt at 2:26 and goes clear. Very springy takeoff indeed. Of course, all eyes will be on the first Chinese athlete to hold a world record for many years as Daley Thompson keeps going and chases the pole. The pole is J.ZHU, and he's trundling after Hinkson, and Hinkson is running with his fellow countryman Siggy Banks. There's no doubt that they're not going to get away from Daley Thompson. The London-born Thompson, who has won the Commonwealth title, the European title, the Olympic title, came here after 7 weeks of injury and unable to train. In the time that he went away, this very tall West German who's running second in your picture there has taken his world record and raised that standard to 8,777 points. The Russian Nevsky is getting away. The two West Germans can't run any faster. They'd love to run away from Thompson, but he got them in his sights. The pole is between him and them, J.ZHU. He looks over his shoulder. The gap of 21 seconds is going to remain. There's no way that Thompson will give up this title. What's more, he's won about 6 of the 10 events. He's dug into his reserves and his resources to overcome that injury, and it's been a courageous performance. It won't be a world record, but it'll mean beating the world record holder and taking a title which will mean that his place in history is assured. Thompson closing the gap on the West Germans. There's no way that they can get away from him. Two West Germans have fought bravely and boldly. Hinkson, who really lost his battle when things went badly in the high jump. As the Russian goes on, Nevsky, who's way back in the placings. Here's Jürgen Hinkson. Meanwhile, a chance to see the Chinese world record holder in the high jump. Sailing over, that's Zhu Jianhua, the 20-year-old Chinese who earlier this year set a world record, and a marvelous one at that. 2 meters 37, 7 feet 9 1/4. But the crowd roaring on, these decathletes who must be exhausted. They've raced, they've run, jumped, and through in the rain and in the cold. It's brighter now, the sun is out, and although Hinkson is trying desperately to get away, the gap will never be allowed to be enough. And Thompson making sure that the gap will close and that Great Britain has its first World Championships in these games. And what a series of titles he's got. He really must be regarded as the world's outstanding all-around athlete by any measure. And there's Hinkson bravely running for the line in just outside 4:20, but Thompson will be inside 4:30, and as he crosses the line, he knows that victory is his. 25 years of age. He was in the Olympic Games at 18 years of age when he finished 18th and set his mind to become the next Olympic champion, and he did just that. A truly remarkable performance. Jürgen Hinkson, and I must say these men in the endeavours over the 10 disciplines that stretch over the 2 days become firm friends. There's a camaraderie amongst these sportsmen that's rare in any other event. Daley Thompson, still enough energy to jog off for a lap of honour, even though he admitted that after the first event he was aching all over and had pain in that leg. Thompson 8.666. He now has 3 of the 5 highest winning scores in decathlon of all time. Hinkson, who pushed him so hard, 8.561.